and said Tom had to stay 500 feet away until our custody hearing. She also ordered him to remove all social media posts about me or Luna within 24 hours. My sister spent the whole next week creating the most detailed timeline I'd ever seen. She'd gone back through Tom's Facebook to when we first announced the pregnancy 3 years into trying. His early posts were all about being a future dad and how excited he was. Then she showed month by month how his posts changed. By my second trimester, he never mentioned the pregnancy at all. During my third trimester, when I was huge and uncomfortable, he was posting photos from bars and golf courses. She found posts where friends asked about the baby, and he either was ignored them or gave vague responses. The contrast was shocking when laid out chronologically. She printed everything in color and organized it in a binder with tabs for each month. Lauren said it was the best evidence she'd seen showing Tom's complete disconnection from the pregnancy. Tom's lawyer filed a motion the following week demanding all my medical records. He claimed they needed to verify my mental state and whether I was fit to care for Luna. The motion said I might have postpartum psychosis and be a danger to the baby. Lauren fought it hard, saying it was a fishing expedition and harassment. The judge scheduled a hearing just on this issue. At the hearing, Tom's lawyer argued they had a right to know if I was mentally stable. Lauren countered that I'd already provided the pediatrician's letter showing Luna was thriving. The judge split the difference and said they could only access my postpartum records from after Luna's birth. Nothing from during the pregnancy or before. Lauren immediately scheduled me with a therapist that week to get ahead of whatever Tom was planning. The therapist was recommended by Lauren as someone who'd testified in custody cases before. I spent 3 sessions telling her everything from the fertility treatments through Tom's cruelty to the current situation. She took detailed notes and ran some standard evaluations. Her report stated clearly that I was dealing with situational stress from the custody battle, but showed no signs of depression or other mental health issues. She wrote that my reactions were completely normal for someone facing legal threats and harassment. She documented that I was bonding well with Luna and meeting all her needs. 2 days later, my phone rang from a number I didn't recognize. Tom's brother was on the other end, sounding upset. He said Tom had called him the night before asking him to sign a statement. Tom wanted him to say he'd witnessed me refusing to let Tom see Luna at the hospital. His brother said Tom offered to pay him $5,000 to lie. He refused and told Tom he was disgusting for even asking. Tom's brother said he'd testify for me instead about how Tom really acted during the pregnancy. He said Tom had complained constantly about how gross pregnancy was, and how I'd gotten fat and boring. Lauren added him to our witness list immediately. That weekend, Lauren called with news from the private investigator she'd hired. Tom had been living with a woman from his office since the day Luna was born. The investigator had photos of Tom carrying boxes into her apartment, and his car in her driveway every night. They'd been seen at restaurants together, and she'd been wearing a necklace Tom bought her with our credit card. The investigator kept digging and found something worse. He discovered Tom had been telling this woman for months that he was planning to divorce me. The investigator found their text messages through a mutual friend who was disgusted by Tom's behavior. The messages dated back to when I was on bed rest. Tom was complaining about being stuck with a pregnant wife and how he couldn't wait to be free. There were photos of them at a steakhouse the night I was in the hospital with preterm labor. Another photo showed them kissing in his car while I was home on strict bed rest. The woman had posted on Instagram about her new man, with photos of Tom while I was 8 months pregnant. Lauren said this evidence would destroy any claim Tom had to being a devoted